This Coast to Coast Entertainment Network program is brought to you by Beside Me Bracelets. Our bracelets are handmade for any occasion. Use the promo code Coast to Coast for 15% off. Visit their website at besideme.com. Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry. With 24-hour shopping available, use the code 160920 and show her some love, like she showed us. Reaper Apparel Company, a commitment to live your most authentic way every single day. Visit reaperapparelco.com for more information and a look at all of their apparel offerings. And by Good Day Embroidery, your local source for custom embroidery, screen printing, and more. Log on to gooddayembroidery.com for more information.
Hello and welcome to a special interview with the St. Paul Saints Bears defensive back, Johnny Ware. He's one of the first few signings that the Bears have. Johnny, welcome, and how are you doing today?
Hey, I appreciate the intro, Big B. And I'm doing well. I'm doing very well. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing good. We hope to be joined by Coach Cody, but he did message us saying he's got some personal things he got to take care of, so more props to him.
Right. With
him not being here, we can kind of pick on him a little bit because I know you got a lot of experience with him. But Johnny, let's start off. How did you get to where you're at today in the football world?
How did I get to where I'm at? Well, I went to college out in Marshall, Minnesota. I went to Southwest Minnesota State University. That was back in 2013. I played there for four playing seasons from 2013 to 2016. And then I kind of fell out of football for a little bit there. I think about a year, maybe 2 years. And then I got back into it in 2018, 2019. Found out about semi-pro. And still had a love for the game, just wanted to play organized football some way, somehow. I was pleasantly surprised with some of the talent that was in the league. So stuck with it from there, 2018, 2019. In 19, I won my first championship with the Fargo team. And then I moved back out here in 2019. I didn't play the 2020 season because of COVID. 2021, I joined the St. Paul Pioneers. I played with them through 2023. We got another championship there. 2022 and 2024, I find myself here at the Minneapolis Warriors, and lo and behold, fast forward a year, and here I am, St. Paul Bears. Here we go.
All right. So you said you fell out of football for a few years. Was it just what caused that, you think?
It was a combination of things. College is hard. College is not easy. And I know I'm not the only one that has this story, but it could take a toll on you in a way where you lose love for the game, where you can lose an appreciation for it. And that's just me being real, just being honest about it. And that can weigh on a guy. So with that in mind, I just wanted to take a break, a short break away from it, just see how I felt. And it was just very apparent when it came back, when it hit me again. It was like, no, this is the game that you know and love, and I'm excited to get back into it. So it just kind of sprung from there.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. I fell out of when I got out of high school, I was a big baseball guy, and of course, when you graduate, you got to go somewhere. I didn't go to college, so I had to work, so kind of didn't have time to play ball. But I'm glad you found the passion still. What drives you to show up at practice, and what drives you to show up at game times? I mean, of course, you guys ain't getting paid, but I mean, what drives you to keep going?
The short answer is I love the game. I love the game, and I feel like that's the case across semi-pro ball in general. I think it's a bunch of guys that really love the game, and you get a combination of men like that together, and it's going to be some kind of a decent product or something. Love will take you a long way. I think that the more in-depth answer of that, not only do I love the game within the game. Football to me has always resembled more than just the sport. It's always been a very almost identical resemblance of life when you're speaking about adversity or teamwork or support or some things playing in your favor, you having better abilities than somebody, you having less ability than somebody. That's just life. All of it is life. The sudden change of it. So the game resembling life so closely has always been an appreciation that I've had for the game. So I see it through a different lens more than just, hey, I'm just out here playing football.
Okay.
And that's it. It's bigger than that. And so to be able to do something that's, more of a collective thing with a group of men all on the same page, that's important to me. That's inspiring to me because that's how strong we can be at any point. When you talk about any area of life, when you work together, it truly is. It's the teamwork makes the dream work.
And that is one thing I've learned, talking to other people that have played, high school football up to the semi-pros, and even watching interviews and stuff. They always talk about the cohesiveness of all the teams, all the players coming together, playing together, and that's some of the best moments they have. They say that they have is when they put those pads on and go out there as a team and try to win something. So,
right,
it was good to hear. So,
100%.
Yeah. So, you you played under Cody with the Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
What's some advice that has Coach Cody given you to make you a better player?
To make me a better player, Cody has always advocated, and I love him for this. He's always advocated for me to be me, for me to continue to, be the character that he sees me as, that I feel respected as by a lot of my peers in semi-pro and coaches. But he fuels that. He's always going to be the guy that just gets behind his guys and the bigger message, the bigger picture, the bigger identities behind them. And so, yeah, he's never really, tried to change me or anything like that. He loves it. He embraces me. And, he uses it to his advantage in terms of getting the most out of me and maximizing my respect in the game. So I love it.
Gotcha. No, that's good. That's always good for a coach to, play with your strong suits and not try to change you. And with that being said, you got any quick Cody memories that, funny stories or anything from, Cody, while he's not here to defend himself?
Funny stories. I don't know that I got any really. I don't know too many funny stories of him. Like I said, he's a great little dude, man. I'm excited to play for him. Yeah. I'm closer.
Yep.
And that's just him. You know him. He's just kind of the guy that's gonna get behind the next man and really boost him up. So I wouldn't say that I have any funny stories about him just yet.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll come here within the next couple of years or so.
Oh yeah. So kind of how did you find out about the Bears? Was it through Cody? Who reached out to who?
Right. Well, kind of heard about him loosely through the grapevine kind of thing. I didn't think anything of it. Cody then came to me directly and kind of let me know of his decision, him being the defensive backs coach for our team with the Warriors. He came to me right away. He kind of let me know what his decision was going to be. And then he presented the opportunity for me to join on. And I was like, hey, man, hey, why not? If it's right here in our backyard, why not take this massive opportunity and see what we can do with it?
Yeah, exactly. So game time happens. What is your preparation for you yourself to get you hyped up and ready for a game?
My biggest thing is always preparation.
Okay.
I think preparation for me, and I think for anybody really, it feels like you're getting cheat codes. You're getting cheat codes to the game before it even happens. So I take a lot of pride in film study. I take a lot of pride in practice. I've always been that way, even in high school. I practice how I play a game. And it served me well because now I don't know the difference between game and practice. So then when I get out there during real game time, it's the same energy, it's the same effort, it's the same. You're getting the same guy. You know what you're going to get, on game day. So I would say for me, definitely preparation. Again, what I've learned in this game is what you bring mentally to the game is what sets you apart, is what allows the game to slow down for you so you can execute at an even higher level. The attention to details, they stick out to you, and then that plays to your ability to be instinctive and play fast. So while the game is moving, slower to you, you're able to play fast. So preparation has been the biggest thing.
Okay, gotcha. So I know some players, before the game, take that time, put on their headsets and stuff, and listen to some music. What if we asked Johnny what's on your playlist to get you hyped up? What's on that playlist?
Oh man, it's it's a different character than what I am in real life. It's a little more tear your head off, a little more I'm gonna get at you kind of music. It's a lot of rap in there.
Okay.
Game day music, heavy beats. Beats are a big thing for me. I love the rhythm and the flow of them. So something with a lot of tenacity and aggression behind it. It definitely gets me up. It gets me going.
All right, cool. So, when you're out on the field lining up against those receivers, tight ends, or whatever, what is there something that gives you the upper hand, knowing that if they're going to come to you, I got you? I mean, is there something the player, like pitchers have a tell or something? Is there something that receiver, you could tell from the receiver that okay, you're mine today. I own you. So what's that for you?
Yeah, I definitely feel that way a lot more, and it's absolutely no shot at the other person ever. But for me, like it's my mentality. My mentality is I watch how you move as a man, before the game. I see how you walk around. I see how you move. I see where I can get in and infiltrate almost your mind, your mentality towards the game. And so you come with a lot of high energy and you're excited about the game. I'm looking at that. I'm looking, and I'm going to take that from you, But again, that's my mentality though. It's not personal ever. It's more so just I approach the game of like at the beginning of the game, first quarter, you be excited, you can feel confident, you can do this, but by the fourth quarter, I'm going to have you stripped of all of that. I want you to question why you even play the game by that time. But again, this is all deep rooted in my love for the game. I know I control what I can control. And for me, I can control my effort every single play. I can control the details that I play with. And I know that I'm going to apply more details than you are. So I'm going to outcompete you, play in and play out. And that's what I feel like gives me the upper hand every time.
No, that's good. That's really good. So, of course, with the Bears being an indoor 8-on-8 team, half the field, both width and length. What is your preparation for that? How can you adjust to that?
I think. Well, I've been told many times, just for myself specifically. I've never played arena, but I've been told for myself, like with my abilities and what my guys know of me and coaches, that I'll thrive there. Just the way that I approach the game, just how my instinctives work in my favor. So you shorten that up. Yeah, if you take the 11-man field and you shorten that up, I feel like I'll thrive. I've had a lot of great feedback and responses from guys that have experienced the game there, and they're just like, yeah, like you're gonna kill it, you're gonna do great. And I'm excited for the opportunity to showcase, what I can do on an even smaller playing field. So just moving faster, I think that's gonna be the biggest thing there, the lateral quickness.
Yeah, for me watching arena football, because it's here and there every so often. It's, they try to push it, then it disappears, it comes back.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just the speed, and Cody touched on it last week that the speed is faster.
Yep.
The game's just a quicker pace, and then you got the hockey boards right there. So, that's going to be kind of interesting to see how players, react to that, because you can't really make those sharp curl routes without, having that board right there. So, yeah. So, but outside of football, I see that you're a personal trainer. So, how did that come about?
Yes, I do mental strength training. So it's a personal training with a different spin on it. That came about through my athletic journey, going through all the ups and downs, like I spoke about earlier, just understanding football is like the game within the game, the life, you know, in the game within the game is the bigger picture. It's the same picture as life, you know, like I spoke to again earlier. It's the sudden change of it. It's all the experience that comes with it, the ups and downs, the roller coaster, the emotions, all of that. So I cultivated a lot of those things in my own journey, and I saw the toll that it took on me. Just through some of the experiences, not fully understanding or like knowing where they were coming from or how I could overcome them or this, you know, whatever, what have you. But with that in mind, never forgetting what they were. And I think that served me really well because then it allowed me to then reflect on them years later. And then understand more now at an advanced stage where it's like, hey, like this was huge for you and you didn't even know it at that time. So to be able to work through that and work to it and now be able to address it, I've seen how much it's like propelled me, myself as an athlete, to be able to address those things head on. So I'm like, you know what, I can give this back to guys before it even starts, you know, propel them into their best selves, their highest selves, and how to deal with things where it's going to require resilience and perseverance and balance. Injuries being a big part of the game was a big part of my career as well. So that played a big role into it as well. So yeah, it all came to a head in 2021. And I'm like, this is how I serve the game. This is how I give back to the game that I love. I get to be a personal trainer in a different way. And it's through mental strength training that I can maximize people and give them the utmost confidence in their abilities moving forward.
And it'll probably help with the Bears, you know, being a upstart team where they can rely on you to kind of check the player and be like, hey, is he okay? Can he go? What, you know? So that'll be good. A couple of double duties there. So,
you
know, take away the sports, take away the personal trainer. What's Johnny Ware all about outside of that personal life? I mean, hanging with his homies and stuff like that. What's Johnny like?
I think it's very synonymous to the guy that you get in the game in the sense of I'm going to come with the same attention to detail to life that I do in the game. I care about people. People is the biggest emphasis that I've learned in my life. The biggest thing that some of my biggest takeaways from all aspects of life, whether it was in the game or personal or professional, it doesn't matter. People. So that's a big emphasis to me. And again, that's how I came into my mental strength training thing to begin with, figuring out ways to maximize people and bring the best out of them. That will always be important to me, the biggest thing on my heart. So out there as a leader, as a captain on the football field, it feels the same way. I'm looking to maximize my guys and make them feel confident and instill that true belief within themselves that they do all have, you know, deep down, even guys that don't feel like they do, they have it. So I take it upon myself to bring that forward. And so whether that be in sports, whether that be in my personal life, professional life, I'm going to always be the guy looking to bring that forward in people.
Gotcha. I know, you know, for me personally, you know, I kind of look back at my life and be like, oh, you know, I wish I could have done this better. Is there something you could have told a younger Johnny Ware to, you know, if you go back and tell yourself something, what would that be that you would like to tell your younger self?
That's tough. I feel like that's a tough thing to say, just in the sense of I know it completely changes the trajectory of the gift that I have now, that I'm able to give back. And so it's hard for me to say that I would redo anything or like want anything to be different, but and that's not even to be cliche or to say, you know, say I wouldn't want it any other way. I think the biggest thing would have been just to really be present. Be really present. It's really easy to get outside of yourself when you're thinking to your future, when you're thinking to your goals. Because when you do that, you're not present, and then you can see how the actions of today might not align with the actions of tomorrow. It may not align with your future, and that can really get you out of your body quickly. But to understand now, like, those things may just not have happened the way that you planned them to happen, but they may come about in a different way. That's destiny. You can't change that. So just be present and enjoy those moments instead. Find the beauty in it. There's always a lesson in everything. And if you dig even deeper, there's even a gift. and everything that you go through. So yeah, I would have definitely looked to have done that more often in the earlier years. Yep.
Oh, totally understand that. So through your many games of playing, is there a player too that kind of sticks out to you, like a couple of your top plays that that you relive here and there when you're just kind of sitting there doing nothing?
None. I wouldn't say that I relive. I do kind of have a favorite in there too. For sure, I think it is on my 22 highlight tape. I was playing against my old team, the very first play on there. I was with the St. Paul Pioneers at the time. So yeah, so in the very first play on there, it's an interception. But it ended up being a long-winded play where I'm running back and forth, reversing field, just exhausted. It's hot, all these different things. I think that's one of my favorite plays though, because it was really like almost a resemblance of my career and how it went. Something good happened for you, and then you got all these obstacles in your way, these opponents trying to take you down, this or that or the third. And just finding the defined details of where my edge is, when you're tight roping the sideline, that's you not giving up, and staying the course. When you got guys bigger than you chasing you down and everything, the obstacle may look big, but you can overcome it if you have the persevering mindset and you're resilient to it. So to work around them, and then to see my teammates hustle their butts off in that play, I'll always be thankful for them. And that, again, resembles to me teamwork and support and how important others are in your life. So that was huge for me to just see them come through for me and work for me all the way down by the end zone there. So by the end of it, we went out of bounds, I think at the 1 or something like that. So so running all the way down there and doing all that work, reversing field, everything, and coming up short. And again, like that, sometimes that's life. But you achieve the bigger thing. You got the turnover for your team, and you make it happen, man. You find a way, and the next time you just figure out a way to score.
So I know in semi-pro there's a lot of change. So when you went back and played your old team, was there a lot of old teammates there that you were like hyped up, ready to play against? I mean,
yeah.
So it was your old team. It wasn't like your old team by name with two players. So okay,
right, exactly. It was that. It was my old team was still there. Yep.
Yeah, so that must have been a good feeling to take it almost to the house, I guess.
Right.
So.
Right. I know that's the one blemish on it, but yeah, no, it definitely is a great feeling to get out there. That
must have been some good words going back and forth a little bit.
Yeah.
When you lined up against them.
The whole nine, man. Yeah.
So growing up, who'd you idolize in football or even in sports in general? I mean, who were some of your guys that you looked up to and literally like watched play the game?
Yeah, for me, I graduated high school in 2011, so a lot of the guys at that time for me were in the mid 2000s or whatnot, and I played receiver actually at that time, so I was really looking up to Chad Johnson, just the way he played the game, his suddenness. I loved how sudden his ability was and how quick it came across, like can't touch him almost. So I really loved that aspect of his game, and then just him enjoying the game and making it fun. I really enjoyed those aspects. And then Steve Smith. Steve Smith was more so my stature and size, being the short guy, the 5'8", 5'9" guy. But pound for pound, just a dog out there. Yeah. So that really stuck out to me, to really watch his game and how to approach the game, the mentality to play bigger than you are. Those are my two guys for sure back then.
So you played receiver in high school. So what transitioned you to the defensive side?
Funny story. So I got on defense because my first year in college, I just went as a student. My second year, I transferred to a community college, went to a junior college, and I played there. Now, quarterback wasn't the greatest. And so I was like, I figured early on, I'm like, this guy's not going to be able to give me the ball. So I don't want him to dictate how far my career goes. So I had to take matters into my own hands. I'm like, let me get on the defensive side of the ball and make plays myself, and we'll take it from there. So that's how that happened.
All right. So I would guess having that, years on the offensive side help you transition to defensive back because you kind of knew what the receiver was thinking.
Right.
So.
Right. Absolutely. And then the skill set was still there. I think the biggest thing for me, and I think a lot of guys would agree with me, but my respect in the game, you put the ball in the air, I'm gonna take it. You know, that's my game. So you play around with the ball loosely. I'll show up. I'll be around.
Yeah, so you kind of got the old Randy Moss thing. You throw it up there, I'm going to go get it. You know,
that's right. That's my mentality. Yep.
That's always a good thing to have. So, all right, so let's just have a little fun here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you watch pro football, I'm guessing. You know, keep up to who's the one quarterback that you would like to house an interception on right now, if you could.
I mean, I think the easy answer stands out for everybody. I mean, I think you just go for the guy. The guy is Patrick Mahomes. It would be a hell of a memory to do that against somebody of such magnitude and great arm talent, significant, excellent arm talent. So to do that against them and what that team is and all the history that they've had these recent years, that'd be awesome.
That would be. So who's that one guy that you'd like to just put a lick on, you know, not to hurt him, but just put that lick on so, he knows that you're there. I mean,
oh man, I think that's a harder one to answer. I don't have any ill feelings towards anybody. And again, like you said, it's not to hurt them or anything, but just to kind of get them, sting them a little bit. I don't know. I'll say Kirk Cousins just because he left us this year. I'll say that.
Oh, I love that answer. Yeah. So, we saw the games. We're down to 4 teams left.
Sure.
Who you picking? Who you picking to go to the big game?
That's
our team is out, of course.
Right. I always go for the underdog. If our team gets out, I go for the underdog. So I got the Commanders.
Yeah, I got the Commanders too. Mm-hmm. I'm debating on the AFC side because it's like the Bills are 0-4. The Chiefs are, like you said, that team that, is probably easy to pick on.
Right.
I don't want the Bills to go because then that gives them a chance to win. And then there goes my shot for 0-4 versus 0-4. So I'm kind of, but, long story short, for me, as long as it's a good game, I could care less. But, yeah, I hope the Commanders, do it. I was kind of rooting for the Lions after we got knocked out. But,
right.
So, with that being said, Commanders all the way. So,
I agree with you.
So, another thing, always hearing the stories of coaches maybe putting on the pads or holding up the dummies during practice. Mm-hmm. Is there, if you could, one shot at Cody holding that dummy pack? He's not here to defend himself, so.
Yeah. Cody, would I do it? Is that what you're asking? What's the question? Would I do it? To have fun with my guy, I definitely would. I'd get after him.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. It's all for fun. And, I would guess, I played a little amateur baseball here a couple years, baseball-wise. I guess for you going to different cities and stuff and, states, I don't know if have you ever had those little kids asking for your autograph or something?
Absolutely. They don't know the difference.
How's that make you feel?
It's great, man. It's super humbling for me. I always, in a way that, like, it's kids being kids. They don't know the difference. It reminds you of your level, like what's important, like your level of importance to, especially like the minor eye, and just in what you embody. Like, it is being watched. Like, it is being. People are paying attention to you even when you think that they're not, and it's easy to be in this league and feel like, oh, nobody mattered, nobody's really paying attention. Nobody, those kids are. They don't know the difference between an NFL player and a semi-pro player. So you got a helmet on, you strap up the shoulder pads and all of that. You become an idol in a lot of their eyes. So to have the autograph ask, or can you take a picture with me, all of that, it recenters you. It brings you back down.
And definitely, just to put that smile on a kid's face that's, 5, 6, 7, 10-ish,
Right.
It was always a joy of mine, just, having that interaction and, like you said, brought back our childhood, going back to trying to get those autographs and stuff. So,
right.
But on a final note here, as we wrap up, What are some words of encouragement you could give to the younger generation that, like you said, has struggled and don't know if they have a meaning in life and stuff like that? What are some final words you can give us?
I would say for sure to to stay within yourself, become intrinsically motivated. Don't allow yourself to be extrinsically motivated, and it's really easy to get there, whether it be for money or vanity, for the glory, for the sake of just putting on the jersey and the pads and saying I am a football player. No, you're not. You are who you are first. And I know from my own experience, once you define who that is, the who you are versus what you do, life opens up for you in a different way. That's how you reap in abundance. And you'll see it change for you tenfold. So becoming someone before you are something. That's a big motto for me. That's a big thing for me, and I found a great value in that for sure.
All right. So with that being said, Johnny, I thank you for being with us. Can't wait to see you tackle the indoor football league. Hopefully I get time off of my full-time job to come down, streamline some of the games. I know me and Cody are working on that. Hopefully get there for the open tryouts that Cody has planned and stuff like that. But with that being said, I want to thank you. And for everybody watching, thank you for watching. And we'll see you next time with another St. Paul St. Bear to interview. So,
absolutely.
Johnny, you have a good day. We'll see you guys later. Have a good one.
I appreciate you, Big B.
Yep, thank you.